Hey homesteaders, treehouse builders, and just general hands-on DIY. All right, let's get to it. Little tree right here behind me is a locust, and this is the type of tree that I use for my tree houses. It's just starting to bud up now, just starting to get a little green growth on there. It's got these thorns because it's in the legume family, and which is the same family alfalfa and peas are in, and animals eat the leaves, so I think that's why it developed these thorns, so it could survive. Otherwise they would chew it right down to the ground. But it's rot resistant and it's fast growing. This particular tree is probably maybe 3 inches in diameter, and it's probably only about 3-4 years old. These are locusts too. These are a little bit bigger. They're not very old either, but as you can see, the other trees around, the maples and the birches and cherries and oaks, they're all starting to leaf out, but the locust doesn't have any leaves yet. It's the last to leaf out, and it also is one of the last ones in the fall to keep its leaves. So here's my fence line running that way, and I'm running, you can see a couple of them there running in that direction, and all of these trees here that don't have leaves yet, they're all runners off of the ones I planted about 25 years ago. So locusts can really spread, which is good because you don't want to have to plant them all and then they just fill in by themselves. This is a pile of boards from some locust trees that cut up, had taken to the sawmill and sawed them, and they are mostly inch or inch and a half, inch and a quarter, different sizes, and I use them for the tree houses. And they've just been sitting out here for probably about 6 years now, at least 6 years, and they are just as solid as ever. More slabs. Some I left the round side on the outside for different uses. A lot of times I have them cut, they call it through and through, or with a natural edge, so you can see how the edge of the wood follows the way the tree was, and I fit them together that way. I have piles of logs all over the place in this little field here. This is my little supply room. This time of year I can actually find them. In the summer they get kind of covered with grass, but they're in here, they're over there near the barn, spread out. I have stumps. I even dragged some whole trees in case I need them for supports where I don't actually have a tree. So some of these pieces are 30-40 feet long, maybe 10 inches on the end, 12 inches on the end. And all the pieces that I didn't use, all the ends or crotches that weren't usable, or even big stumps like this one here, I just dragged over here and split up the wood. And even though it's sitting out here in a pile, normally firewood, if it was left out for more than a year, it starts to get punky, but this firewood, it'll sit here for 30 years and it'll still be able to burn it. So thus far I've been calling this locust, but it's actually black locust. There is other types of locusts. This is what it's usually used for, is fence posts. And this fence post, which is still super solid, a little loose in the ground, but it's super solid. The top is starting to erode, but it's still very hard. You would have a hard time driving a nail in that. And that post, I know for certain that it is at least 50 years old. So now you've seen the tree. Now I'll show you the application. So this is the second tree house. Wow! Everything that's exposed, all these pieces of wood here, on the rails, all the floorboards. Those are from the pile of lumber. They're all Black Locust. Black Locust also has some really cool elements, some twisty branches that you can use in very interesting ways. There's the walkway from up above on the second floor. This is the second floor here. This is also the locust planks, boards, and you can see what I was talking about with not wanting to have them all cut to the same size, because then you can allow for also different variations. You can cut them as you need. And so Black Locust is my choice of wood for those reasons: longevity, rot resistance, strength. It's very curving pieces, twists. It's very rarely straight, unfortunately, sometimes, but sometimes it's an advantage. And it happens to be the wood that grew right on my property and my neighbor's property. So making a treehouse can be an artistic expression that can give you satisfaction and enjoyment while you're doing it, and for years to come. You can spend your life in a nest in the trees. Please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps me bring these videos to you.